Hi, my name is Nicholas Harris. Last year I created 4 videos plus a bonus video about 43 restaurants I visited, recommended by GEC teachers and staff. At the second half of the year, I actually had an opportunity to check out a few more restaurants. I think about 11 or 12. Some recommended, some I just happened to find. So yeah, their links, pins should all be in the description. So I'm hoping this video could serve as some sort of introduction video, especially to those who are new to Jeju Island or GEC, in regards to cool restaurants to visit. So here we go. All right, the first location is Rajmahal, Indian restaurant. When I first arrived in 2014, this was actually one of the restaurants people would go to. Even though it was up in the city, it was one of the main favorites, kind of like how American roll and sushi was a GEC favorite. This place was always full of GEC folks. In the last 3-4 years, that hasn't quite been the case. I rarely see other GEC people there. My theory is it's because Indian Kitchen has sort of emerged as the favorite Indian food, to a certain degree, just favorite restaurant period for many people. But nonetheless, it's a good restaurant. We recommend the shrimp curry. And yeah, if you ever want to try to get some other Indian food other than Indian Kitchen, definitely a place I recommend. In the past, I have already uploaded a video including Pocha. The reason why it's another video of Pocha is because their lunch menu is totally different now. In the past, you used to have options like you could get poke bowls, you can get burgers. Now it's exclusively this sort of Western style breakfast buffet, which they run until 1 p.m. If you like this sort of Western, kind of American style breakfast, like your bacon, your eggs, ham and cheese, eggs Benedict, all that stuff, it's available. Obviously, excellent view, and highly recommend it. So one of the few restaurants on Jeju Island that serves Spanish cuisine is Granada. It's located in Shinjeju, like right as you enter the city. So for us GECers, it's about as close as it gets for something in the city. It's Spanish cuisine, not too large, so I do recommend making reservations prior to visiting. Here are some shots of the food. I wish I had more to say other than, it was pretty good food. The cost performance, not amazing, but not that expensive either. If I'm being very specific, I wasn't a huge fan of the paella. So if you're getting the paella, I think there were 2 types. I wouldn't get this squid ink type. And that's all I have to say about Granada. Next place is Taco Sonora. We have a great burrito and taco place right in the GEC, Bangin' Taco. But what's nice about this place, it gives us kind of a different flavor. It also has non-taco and burrito dishes. If you want to see that menu in more detail, just pause it. And as you can see, the restaurant size is about quite average, not really big or small. The price is a little bit on the, I'd say, medium high side, but definitely not expensive. If I'm being brutally honest, I don't think it's quite at the caliber of, for example, Las Tortas or Macho Grill. But nonetheless, I was pretty elated to have this second option of Mexican food that's just, within 10-minute drive away. So please check out Taco Sonora. So we are still in Shinhwa World. There's a Japanese restaurant called Izakaya, and I think it's Yasuzake, which doesn't really make sense to me because that means cheap sake. But nonetheless, it's a Japanese restaurant in Shinhwa World. Their 2 main things is the sushi and their hot pots. It's decent food, decent sake. Cost performance is not that amazing though. So if we need sushi, we're probably going to go elsewhere. But nonetheless, if you're at Shinhwa already, it is an option one could possibly take. That's their menu right here. If you want to see it in more detail, you could pause it. There you have it, Izakaya Yasuzake. Located near Sambaksan is the U&I BBQ. Its location's quite nice. It's kind of out in the middle of nowhere, so you feel you're like in a nice naturey area. The food is okay. It's okay. Nothing special. Some fried rice. We got some tonkatsu thing and some shrimp. If you want to see the menu in a bit more detail, please pause it where you like. Just within walking distance of the previous location is Ora Di Ora. It's kind of a bakery brunch kind of place. You can get some pastry goods on the go, or you can dine there, or you have several options in regards to food. You can see it's got windows all around, really nice view of the mountain. The food was incredible. Not only do they have excellent pastries, but they have these sort of brunch dishes. I think there's 3 main ones. The video shows 2 of them. And they have nice little drink options as well. So I highly recommend this place for a brunch. Not too far from the GEC, about a 10-minute drive. That was Ora Di Ora. This has to be the most random restaurant on the list. It was neither recommended to us or, did we find it on Jeju Good Eats on Facebook. We happened to drive by it. It's about 10 minutes away from KIS. We just tried to find a restaurant that, we thought no one would know about. We found this little place. They had mostly raw fish, mostly sashimi. And it wasn't amazing, but it wasn't bad either. We're not sure if we go back, but I'll put the location in the pin. So located in Awal, this place is not too close from the GEC, maybe about 25 minutes. It's basically between Jeju and here is Aruyo. What's kind of confusing is I actually posted another video on a different Aruyo in Seguipo near the E-Mart there. It's a nice little quaint Japanese restaurant. Nothing special, not bad. It's great if you're looking for something to just stop by when coming home from Jeju and when you're driving back to the GEC. So again, this little place, Aruyo, the pin should be in the description. Dum Pho is a Vietnamese restaurant in Mozipo, so about 10 minutes from the GEC. To be completely honest, it's not my favorite pho dish on Jeju Island. It wasn't bad, but there are other places where you can get pho, at similar prices for better quality. One big advantage it does have, though, is this location. It is in Mozipo, so it is relatively close for us GECers to get our fix for pho. Suri Kitchen is a lovely little Italian restaurant looking out towards the ocean here. There are only 4 tables, so I would highly recommend calling and making reservations. They also accept reservations via Instagram. The chef and the owner speaks very good English. Definitely an Italian place I recommend. Located about a minute away from that Japanese restaurant Aruyo that I mentioned earlier is Moltz. It's a nice little restaurant. You need to make reservations in advance. We got kind of lucky this day. We showed up and got 1 table even though we had no reservations. It's a little bit on the upscale side. You'd expect to spend maybe about 20-30,000 a person. I highly recommend it. Moltz. We have a new barbecue place in the GEC. Well, sort of. It's about 15 minutes away. It's near the Dongguan roundabout, near the Daiso. You can just get meat as it is, like brisket, pulled pork, chicken. But they also do have things like sandwiches and tacos. I highly recommend all of it. They also do takeaway. So sometimes we just grab something, takeaway, and eat at home. As you can see from the images here, it is also very spacious. So if you're ever going with a big group of people, it does fit up to, it looks like about 30 people. So there you have it, BBQ Shack. Here's another one of the newer restaurants. At Table has only been around for about 7-8 months. It's where Nomos used to be located, right near Grumpy Baby and Old Cap. We got this gambas al alijo, the Spanish dish, along with eggs Benedict. It's quite good. The place seemed very crowded though, so if you can, make reservations in advance. Here is their menu. If you want to see in a bit more detail, please pause where you like. At Table. All right, the last location of this video is Dulchis Lounge. Not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. It's about 10 minutes away from the GEC. As you can see, it's actually quite spacious. It does fit a lot of people. It's a nice brunch, breakfast type of place. I don't think they're open at night. There's the menu for you. You can pause it if you want to see it in more detail. I ordered the croquet madame, nice little cheesy dish. And this might be a little bit controversial, but I stand by the statement. This was the best French toast I've ever had in my life. So if you want to have the best French toast ever in your life, stop by Dulchis Lounge.